Welcome back to the Word Expanded, the Gospels. We're in Matthew. We're in chapter 16. We're going to read the first 4 verses and pull a truth out of there. And the Pharisees and the Sadducees came to test him, and they asked him to show them a sign from heaven. And he answered them, "When it is evening, you say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. In the morning it will be stormy today, for the sky is red and threatening. You know how to interpret the appearance of the sky, but you cannot interpret the signs of the times. An evil and adulterous generation seeks for a sign, but no sign will be given it except the sign of Jonah." So he left them and departed. There's a lot of stuff in this little section, believe it or not, but let me just pull out the basic truth from here. Jesus knows that we are a people. We are a creation that desires and needs constant affirmation of things. God has developed a whole system based on faith. Right? There is a hall of faith. And that hall of faith is made up of men and women who hear from God and they simply choose to believe of God. They hear from God, they believe of God. They believe God. And they act in that faith. They don't do it right all the time. They don't do it with the right attitude, the right heart all the time, but they believe in what God has said to them. But we constantly want signs. We constantly want to know for certain things. And faith, at the very crux of it, it's this idea of you're not going to know for certain anything other than that God said it. God is in charge. How it's going to come about, when it's going to come about, where it's going to come about, from whom it's going to come about, you don't know. You just have to believe. Like Abraham, you're going to have a son. You're going to have a great nation. And Abraham spent a lot of years attempting to try to figure out, to be patient and waiting for that promise, making it happen himself. He didn't do it perfectly, but he believed and it was counted to him as righteousness. He believed that God was going to give him a son. He just struggled like the rest of us, not knowing how that was going to come about. And he wanted a sign. We want signs. This generation that Jesus is talking to wants affirmation. Hey, we're heading in the right direction. Hey, this is going to definitely happen. We want to know with surety what God has declared we need a faith, right, to have. So you and I are constantly caught up in this. I don't want to go unless you go, unless you tell me, unless you're sure. And God says, no, I want you to go simply because I've told you to go, not because you know for certain the outcome. I want you to go to this job interview not knowing whether you're going to get the job or not. I want you to go to this job interview not knowing whether or not you're going to get it or not, but knowing that I've told you to go, to be obedient in this. Or how about I need you to go to this job interview knowing that you're going to get it because I've told you you're going to get it, but it might look like you're not going to get it. It might look like it's all going to fall apart. I want you to write this check knowing that your bank account is empty. How in the world are you going to cover this check? God wants us to have faith and write the check first. We want to be assured that the money is going to be in the account to write the check. There's the difference between us and God. God knows all things. We do not. When God asks us things, it comes from a point of view of knowing all things. When he asks of us things, we don't know. We don't know what's going on. So again, Jesus setting the bedrock for the foundation of this new thing that he is doing. You want surety. I want faith that you're going to do what I've asked you to do. Where do you fall in that? If you're like me, it's a gradual scale, and some days it's like this, and some days it's like that. Some days the asks are just too much. God knows that. Sometimes he sends me the sign because he knows the ask is too much for me to handle. And so he gives us surety and affirmation. Sometimes God just says, Andy, you gotta believe. You gotta believe that it's gonna stop raining. You gotta believe that this is gonna get fixed. So you chew on that. We'll see you next time right here on the Word Expanded the Gospels.